Hey guys, you want to know what post-apocalyptic games are coming out this year and in the future? Then you've come to the right place. We've already started the video with The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, an enhanced version of the acclaimed action-adventure game developed by Naughty Dog, which will be released for PC on April 3rd, 2025. This new version promises to bring significant graphical improvements, including support for 4K graphics, as well as game modes that aim to enrich the player experience. While the remaster isn't a complete revolution from the original, the PC version will be the most beautiful yet.
Hey, how come we never talked about this stuff?
I don't know. It didn't feel...
Fallout 5 is Bethesda's next project, but development is still in its early stages and may take a long time to complete. Currently, expectations are that Fallout 5 will not be released before 2030, meaning fans will have to wait a long time until the game is available. Todd Howard, one of the series' lead developers, mentioned that the team is working on ideas that were cut from previous games and that these innovations will be present in Fallout 5. The settlement building mechanics, introduced in Fallout 4, may return in Fallout 5, allowing players to create their own bases and communities. The wait may be long, but the promise of exploring a new post-apocalyptic world and making decisions that shape the future of humanity is exciting. Exoborne is an open-world shooter and extraction game set in an apocalyptic version of the United States, transformed by extreme forces of nature. Developed by Sharkmob, the same team behind Vampire the Masquerade, Exoborne promises an intense combat experience, tactical exploration, and survival elements. The game is set in Colton County, a world ravaged by an apocalyptic event triggered by the failure of Project Rebirth, an attempt to avert the end of the world. The world is taken over by chaotic weather events and warring factions. Players take on the role of Reborn, survivors who represent humanity's last hope. They must explore the world, gather resources, craft equipment, and fight for survival.
Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time.
Sand is an ambitious open-world title that promises a unique experience in the genre. With a diesel punk theme, the game stands out for its desert post-apocalyptic settings and innovative combat mechanics. The game is a kind of Sea of Thieves with a diesel punk theme, where players can customize their own walking mechanisms called tramplers. Players can explore the world, loot valuable items, defeat hostile enemies, and escape with their fortune and life. Players can choose to work alone or in teams to explore the world and gather resources. Sand seems to be a promising game that combines elements of shooter, extraction, and open-world games. The unique setting, innovative gameplay, and promise of an interesting and challenging experience make it a game worth keeping an eye on. Post-Apo Builder is a strategy and simulation game that puts you in the role of a leader who needs to rebuild civilization after an apocalypse. Post-Apo Builder stands out by offering a rich and challenging experience that combines elements of resource management, city building, combat, and exploration. You will need to deal with various challenges, from collecting scarce resources to protecting your citizens from bandits and natural disasters. The post-apocalyptic world is a hostile place where resources are scarce. You will need to explore the devastated lands to find building materials, food, water, and other essential resources. Cronos, The New Dawn, is a new survival horror game developed by Bloober Team, known for their work on the Silent Hill 2 remake. The game is set in an apocalyptic world that combines elements of Eastern European brutalism with retro-futuristic technology. Players take on the role of a traveler, who must explore future wastelands in search of temporal rifts that transport them back to 1980s Poland. The gameplay is described as intense, with a focus on real-time tactical combat, more reminiscent of Resident Evil than Silent Hill. The narrative involves a desperate fight against horrific creatures as players unravel the mysteries of a complex time travel story. Dying Light. The Beast is a new action-adventure game set in the Dying Light universe, but with its own story and location. The game is set in Castor Woods, a former tourist destination that is now a post-apocalyptic forest infested with zombies. The story of Dying Light the Beast focuses on Kyle Crane, the protagonist of the first Dying Light who returns for a new adventure. After 13 years of experiments, he escapes and seeks revenge against his captors, but discovers that there is much more at stake. The Beast introduces a variety of new gameplay mechanics and environments to explore. The post-apocalyptic forest of Castor Woods offers a unique setting for the action, with new challenges and enemies to face. The game will also feature new weapons, skills, and equipment to help players survive.
Told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you.
Terminator: Survivors is an open-world survival game set in the iconic The Terminator universe, taking place after Judgment Day. The game is set 4 years after Judgment Day, a catastrophic event that nearly destroyed humanity. You emerge from a shelter to try to rebuild society in a world that seems determined to eliminate you and the last vestiges of humanity. In Terminator Survivors, you take on the role of a survivor and need to find resources to build a base of operations for humanity. You can play alone or cooperatively with up to 3 friends. Light of Motiram is a cross-platform game in development, scheduled for release in 2025, that has generated a lot of discussion due to its strong similarities to Horizon Zero Dawn. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world where colossal machines, called Mechanimals, dominate the Earth, and humanity has regressed to a primitive state, fighting for survival. Players will be able to explore a vast world full of secrets and challenges. The environment is rich in detail and features a variety of mechanized animals, which are one of the game's hallmarks. Light of Motiram is not limited to just survival. It will also include a multiplayer mode and crafting elements, allowing players to customize their experiences and interact with others. Graft is a new game that combines RPG and survival horror elements, developed by the studio responsible for the famous Shadowrun series. The game is set in a futuristic post-apocalyptic setting, specifically on a decaying space station, where players take on the role of a survivor facing a series of challenges and horrors. The game features a unique Graft system, where you can tear pieces off your enemies to transform into something new. Each Graft you obtain comes with a piece of its former owner's identity, changing more than just your physical body. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.